Welcome to a special holiday edition of KMUZ Theatre Talk. I'm Ed Shopes. Co-host Ann McBride and I are here the first and third Fridays of the month to tell you all about what's happening in the mid-Willamette Valley theater world. Ann McBride is off today, and we'll be back for our brand new Theatre Talk program on the first Friday of the new year. On this short holiday edition of Theatre Talk, I'm sharing a special holiday gift from Ann and me to you, our listeners, to thank you for listening to and supporting Theatre Talk here on KMUZ and on our KMUZ Theatre Talk podcast. Our gift to you is a poem that has stuck with me since I was a young child, just learning how to read. It's meant a lot to me over the years, and I've recited it for my kids on many a Christmas Eve. I hope you enjoy it as well. The poem is titled A Visit from St. Nicholas, published anonymously by a newspaper in 1823 and later attributed to author Clement Clarke Moore. It ended up having a great influence on how St. Nicholas was transformed from the 19th century jolly old elf into the Santa Claus character we know and love today here in the U.S. And it's partly the reason gift giving in America is such a big part of our year-end holiday celebrations. So sit back, close your eyes, and imagine you're like me, a 6-year-old kid turning the pages of one of his favorite books as the snow falls outside his window on a cold night in late December, dreaming about the gifts he might find from Santa under that sweet-smelling Christmas tree the next morning. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his courser they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying a finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Happy holidays, everyone. I hope the new year brings you much happiness and joy. I invite you to tune in to KMUZ on the first Friday of the new year when Ann and I return with a brand new Theater Talk program to fill you in about what's happening in the mid-Willamette Valley theater world. In the meantime, check out our Theater Talk Facebook page for theater news and updates. And don't forget to make your year-end contribution to Theater Talk by going to kmuz.org and clicking the Contribute button at the top of the page. And thanks. See you in the new year.